Alright, so this is part 2 to the other video on my other phone. I'm gonna have to figure out how to stitch these together for YouTube since I'm doing YouTube videos. So, as I was saying, spiritual currency. Be careful of the pacts you make and the webs we weave. In the previous video, I was talking about the Bohemian Grove spiritual currency and stuff like that. So let me actually find something for y'all. So in Africa, they use these in ether. These are cowrie shells. Now, as a shaman, oh, see, gotta watch out with mats. We're gonna put him up right quick. So show him your mask. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the mask in a second too. That mask. So, because I collect haunted and cursed items. Okay. Yes, that's what I do. I collect haunted and cursed items. I actually have 2 haunted and cursed items in this room with me. This mask and this doll over here. And this doll. Okay. Let me tell y'all a story about this. I never really share this with anybody, but I think it's time. So, the mask and this doll. These are haunted, very haunted, ancient, occult items. Very ancient. So, spiritual currency. Be careful of the packs we make and the webs we weave, right? So, cowrie shells, as you can see, they use these in Ipa or whatever. These are a form of drop them. Of spiritual currency. Okay, what is spiritual currency? All right, as I was saying, is what is your currency? Currency, everything is energy. Thus, it has to be contained. Thus, it has to be projected through a source. Thus, when that happens, it begins to fragment. Okay, thus it begins to scatter. And it, excuse me, thus it begins to to fragment. It's fractal. Okay. So you have that, and then that turns into what? Frequency. And when you have frequency, you have what? A wavelength. A wavelength. So you think about energy just like water. A what? Wavelength. What's under a wavelength? A current. So that's currency. That's just energy. But when it comes to that in the physical realm, what does that act as? What's the extension of your currency? It's your money. Unfortunately, we're slaves to it, but this is how they interweave us into this thing. It's really deep. So this is a form of spiritual currency. So I'm gonna read y'all a little bit of something about cowrie shells. See if I can find it real quick. If I got internet, because like I said, everywhere I go, I don't have no freaking internet. So that's why I haven't been able to do a lot of readings, but it's good. I've been working at the river, going to different places, doing a lot of different things, and just just learning and perfecting the craft. Especially since I'm doing a lot of major works and stuff like that. I hate to say that a few times, but he's doing a lot of crazy stuff, like stuff I never dreamed of doing. So, cowrie shells. So, shell money is a medium of exchange similar to coin money in ancient times. So, this is Wikipedia. But shell money is a medium of exchange similar to coin money and other forms of commodity of money. Once was commonly used in many parts of the world. Shell money usually consisted of either whole shells or pieces of them, which were worked into beatings which otherwise artificially shaped. The use of shells in trade began as a commodity exchange, and the shells usually having value as body ornaments. The distinct beads are commodities and beads known as money, and the subject of debate among economical anthropologists. Some form of shell money appears to have found numerous among continents in America, Africa, and Australia. The most familiar form may be the wampum, created in the indigenous people, East Coast in North America, ground beads and cut, let's see, blah, 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 stuff like that. So let's find out the spiritual uses. So they use these in divination and stuff too. And Ephi and stuff like that. They also use these to stop certain other energies too, but that's a secret. I'm not going to tell you exactly what. But the crow's shell is for feminine energy and prosperity. Beyond its feminine ties, the crow's shell represents prosperity. The shell was used as a form of currency in parts of Africa and has been guarded as a symbol of prosperity. So that's a little bit about the Kroger shells. So it represents the cascade of energy. So I wish I could roll up, but probably don't have to. So it represents the cascade of energy. So that's spiritual what? Currency. That's why it relates to water. So I'm going to show y'all this. I love it. Perfect. So no, I usually don't like showing money and stuff like that, but it's only $1. Like, I'm not rich. But all right, be careful of the packs we make and the webs we weave. All right, what is that on there? That's a spider web. For each person you meet, your money, it's they're creating a web. Boom, 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 boom. So a web is also like what? A trap. Be careful of the packs we make and the webs we weave. There's even spiders on here. If I can find it. There's an owl. It's all types of shit on here. But look at that. Look at that very close. Look at it. The webs. We weave. The packs we make and the webs we weave. So, spiritual currency. Now, a lot of people know about ancestor money, different things like that. But when you're working with certain spirits, be careful of the packs you make and the webs you weave. Alright? So I'm going into a little bit about the cultic, about the packs we make and the webs we weave. Oh, with a tangled web we weave when we first practice to deceive. See, a lot of people practice to deceive. So in this game, or when you guys get spiritual work done, be careful, because a lot of people are entangling you in their web. And you go to these spiritual workers and you wonder why you get all these entanglements. Or if you're a worker yourself and you get clients, you wonder why they come with so many entanglements. Be careful of the packs you're making web you weave. Currency, my friend. It runs deep in all realms, especially the spirit realm, the ancestral realm. So, what is it about? So yeah, let's see the symbology of the spider, the cult symbology of the spider web. That's what it is. Now, this has to do extraterrestrial wise with insecticillions. Okay? Insecticillions or insectozoid humanoids. Some of them are half breed and some of them are actually like giant insects. They're highly intelligent and they harvest humans as well and a bunch of other crazy stuff. So, spiritual warfare. So the spider bestows the power to work magic over people and things by weaving. It gains a certain element of control. Once the prey is wrapped up, this control is complete. Find the 8-legged body and shape. 8 is significant of what? Karma. Okay? Numerology. The spider equates to a symbol of infinity, infinite karma, infinite quantum entanglements. That's quantum entanglements. Quantum entanglements. So you have to be careful of the packs you're making, the webs you weave. This is why I turn a lot of people down. This is why a lot of clients I have to turn down, a lot of stuff like that, because I'm very mindful of the packs that I make in the webs I weave. So you have to be careful, especially if you're a practitioner and you work with spirits. So be careful of the webs we weave, because they got us all quantumly entangled. So, because the spirit world don't care. I'm saying a lot of spirits don't really care about your human existence at all. Some of them ain't even human at all. So be careful of the packs we make and the webs we weave. So I guess we'll talk a little bit more about the mask in this second video. So the mask. Alright. Might have seen the movie The Mask and stuff like that. This mask right here is thousands of years old. Thousands. Alright. So I received this mask from a young lady who was experiencing a poltergeist of activity in her house. All the way in like freaking Europe. These are from Africa actually. I don't know how they made their way to Europe. We still don't know. But pretty much the client was like, I need to get rid of this stuff. I don't know what it is. I seen it and it spoke to me. And I was like, you can send me those. I think those might be mine. I think those might be my ancestors. And she said, hey, and this is crazy. So she's like, And somewhere down the line, she told me some other crazy shit. So she's like, hey, I think that's why I contacted you. That's why I found you. I think they helped. They told me to find you. So I think they told me to find you. So I guess they found me. Later on, find out that actually she knew an Illuminati member. He came to her house. I've told y'all I've been fighting the Illuminati for a long time. I've been fighting a lot of these organizations and stuff, magically and in the occult realm for a long time. You know what I'm saying? A lot. I lost a lot to this stuff. So, just learning what I learned to get here. So, I used to get followed by witches, cults, organizations, all types of stuff. Yeah, shit you not. I have documents of it. I've had pictures and stuff of it. Hopefully I can find some of these things. They're on my Instagram too, of super psychic super soldiers and a whole bunch of other stuff. Check out my Facebook, Prince Ea, not Prince EA, like that one dude that's a poetry he works with. Like he's a sold out puppet clone, anyways. So yeah, she says she comes over. She says, hey. So, to be honest, I cast a spell. Cast a true spell. I want to know why she really contacted me. What was up? I'm getting downloads, crazy downloads. Like regressions. Because I know I had lived this lifetime, a lifetime that connected to these things before. It was a major thing. Like if I were to get these items. So I was ended up meeting a lot of people, a lot of elders from Africa in the process, a lot of different things. I ended up getting a lot of guidance. After I received the items, but she's like, yeah, I'm experiencing this. There's darkness in my house. It's all this stuff, like all types of crazy shit, like all types. So we're experiencing all this paranormal activity. Like I can't sleep. I feel sad. I feel depressed, stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, send me the stuff. She sends me the stuff. She sends me something else, stuff like that. So I get the items immediately. I was like, I don't know what to do, but all of a sudden I knew what to do. So instantly, performed, I guess, some ancient ritual that just instantly just came out because I tapped into that lifetime, and then I broke it down, and I did what I had to do, and I talked to it and communicated to it, and it showed me the story. I have psychosymmetry. So I'm very, very, very psychic, guys. I have psychosymmetry. I can touch things in certain objects and see their past, their history, and things like that. So look it up, psychosymmetry. They also call it the Gnostic palm. If you guys seen the new Dust to Dawn, it showed a dude with the eye in his hand. That's the Gnostic palm. And they show that in ancient Sumerian. They show us, Anunnaki, Enki, and Lil, and others shaking hands. That's a transfer of energy. That's a transfer of information. People don't know that. They think these niggas is just in Akkadian shaking hands. No, they transfer information. That's called the Gnostic palm. Okay? So, what was I saying? It's the Gnostic palm. So, I get the mask. I'm holding them. I'm feeling them. And I see the story. So I was an ancient shaman back in the day. This, I guess y'all can say this is the past life regression story. Ancient shaman like a long time ago. And like these came from South America, Exotia, and Zulu. I usually don't tell people this story because they don't want me to, but I brought them, and I've been dealing with a lot with masks, and told y'all about people with masks and how they mask their energy and how they try to mask their stuff. You can see my mask a little bit, you know, the whole cigarettes and tobacco and how that masks certain things and energies and stuff like that. So I hold them, and as you can see, they're burned. Okay? I knew nothing about this history of this part of Africa or anything like that at all. So I hold them, and immediately I see, and I have a vision. I see a village, and they're talking to me in this language, and I started speaking the language. I knew the language. It was me. It was a part of me. It was a part of my soul. So I speak the language. It also had click. It was clicking it. So I started clicking it, and just stuff I didn't even know. I found out later when I met some elders when I was trying to get some help with them, trying to figure out how to take care of them. That I was actually speaking a language that, So they actually confirmed the story. So I'm seeing them, and they can say Mazungu. Mazungu mean white people, wanderer. So they're in the village, and I see. I'm gonna tell y'all the good part about the mask and the origin of it. So the mask, right? When they would come to my village in a Sosha, Zulu, whatever, you know what I'm saying? This was more so like Exosha, but they ended up getting transferred to a Zulu tribe by the rights there at the time, because there was a connection a long time ago. This is thousands of years ago, I think. I hope so. I'm not too sure, but these things are ancient as fuck. I know that when I seen my vision. So if anybody out there can help me, well, hey, let me know. So so I see it, and I see the village, and I see people coming to my hut. And I was the shaman. I was the witch doctor. And people who were depressed and sad would come to my hut, and I'd show them my mask. And like I said, clowns. Show them my mask. And they would actually talk to the mask, and they would transfer. And it's hard holding this thing. They would transfer a lot of their energy, their sadness, to the mask. Because what does wood do? Wood absorbs water, absorbs emotions. That's why your houses are made of wood, and they carry a lot of energy and a lot of spirits. So show them your mask. So they would come see my mask, and the doll comes from Zulu. The mask comes from Exosha. So that's why the Zulu doll is different, but somehow I ended up with both of them in that lifetime or whatever. Still don't know the details. The main part is I was showing people a mask and helping the community and stuff like that. And these I hate to say it, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but this is the story of them. These white people, Muzungu, this is South Africa, Muzungu, come to I guess that's my thing. They come to our village and they burn our village down. They burn our village down. They rape our women. They take all our stuff. They looted our grave. I actually was dead at the time, and these were in my grave. So they actually took them from my children and all types of shit. Like took everything. So took stuff. Everything was burned. They were just doing all types of crazy stuff. So I ended up looking online what happened at the time. Google, try to what the fuck make sense of this. Come to find out that Dutch settlers who were invading the space at the time burned down many villages, took and looted and grave robbed and all types of stuff, and took a lot of that stuff back to what? Europe. And yeah, so pretty much the Illuminati member came back to her house. He was, I guess she said he was an ex-Illuminati member, but he told her to find me, and she ended up giving me his number. She ended up showing me who it was. She don't remember none of this. It was a spell, and I just screenshotted it. I kept note of it, but he told her to come find me. She didn't even know me. She just popped up, come find me. I thought that they were trying to get in, but actually after finding out, they had to give me back my stuff. Because what? It was spiritual debt that had to be paid. That's not ego or anything like that. Well, we are talking about mask, but it was spiritual debt that had to be paid. And even whether it's lifetime or anything like that, the debt got to be paid. So they told her to give me my stuff, and that was it. And they've given me a couple other items that belong to me and tools, apparently. Because not all Illuminati members are bad. You got good and bad sides to it. A lot of things. But a few of them I met. I know a lot of, not a lot of them, but I've met some low levels and some people I might feel it was probably high, but yeah, that was The Mask. Now the doll I don't know too much about. I know it came from Zulu. It was in the vision. I know what it does. Can't really tell you what it does. I showed you once. I'm not gonna show you twice. But that thing is really haunted. It does some crazy things. A lot of people might have seen it in my rituals on Facebook, or see me post it or whatever, and I'll take it down or whatever after a while, because I don't like people seeing him too much. He has a name and everything, but that's my Zulu ancestor. He's dressed in this Zulu thing. He didn't have a stick with him when he originally came. Had to get him one. But they like crow shells, because crow shells stopped ancient hauntings. I ended up finding that out. So he's dressed. He used to have things. I know because I seen him. He had the things on there. They had to retwine a lot of his stuff like that. But I don't know too much about it. I just know how to use it, what it's for, and stuff like that. But that's that. So show me your mask. So that's spiritual warfare, and I think that's pretty much as I can pretty much talk about at the moment. So let's find the song. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Alright, and this has been Prince Iya Asaia Rakapata, the artist formerly known as Enki. Alright, Iya Raea Asaia. And that's my thing. It's been fun. Tired now, shit. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
And it's simply this: you are divine. God has exploded in a Crib Nebula explosion, and He has come and manifested Himself.
So, when somebody comes spiritually tripping at you, just show them you're mad. So, a lot of people consider it dark magic, whatever. Magic is magic. Show them your mask. That's what my brother said. Show them your mask. So you people probably been on air my mask. The last third album, so damn powerful. Niggas the mouth songs, return to Enki, return to Malcolm. You think you blindfold, you think you blindfold, you don't even blindfold. You love your blindfold. You might war. We're the gods of war. I'm just meant to the time that I live. Here's some me and some fly shit. Mints they be claiming that I did. Some Chris they be claiming that I squished. Return to Enki, yeah. It's not living. Because God, you are God. This God is you. Show him your mask. Yeah. I ain't landed since I took off. Yesterday was like an Uber did it. I did not just say I look lost. I ain't far beyond the future did it. Open your fourth eye, just foresight, get it. You look through your fourth eye, open your fourth eye, open your fourth sight. Open your chakras, open your crown. Claim back your divinity. Showing your mask. Through walls and vivid to outer limits. Talk to stars and pyramids and spirits. Y'all can't spit it. Demons of God is you. Self. To get out the way. Yeah. I don't need iPhones to turn the to turn the mouth. It's what you tracking. It's what you're tracking. Manufacture. Masses. It's a net. It'll be a net.
He has come and manifested himself in billions of people, and you were one of them, and so am I. When I look at you, I see God. When you look at me, you see God. That's why God's name is I am.
I am God.
That doesn't mean that me, God. It means I am. You say I am God. You got to say what is God's name?
Yah. God. Well, my friends at Wish Patrol say I'm in a fucking mood. Yeah, cause I'm in a fucking mood. So I'ma show 'em my motherfucking mask. Rock cool. So, this has been another awesome session, and thank you for watching. Peace.